Citizens of the FACTS nation, fate is about to grant you an unforgettable encounter. The guardian sorceress of this very forest has ordered us to spread our magic dust. And look, the FACTS forest is already gleaming with impending greatness. Your hero is approaching.
When the dust has settled, this very soil will be primed and ready to act as your gateway to another dimension. Full of galactic battles and undead encounters. You can already see that the very fabric of reality twisting and turning to allow the force of fiction to emerge. Look, a shadowy figure tries to make the scene. Let's see who it is. You'd better run for cover when he begins to whistle.
Or when he crash lands his ship like a glorified missile.
A born survivor with knife and gun.
He's got 99 problems, but a zombie ain't one.
He may not be your father, but he can be your daddy.
And he's everyone's favorite baddie.
Let's fire off some Ravager fireworks for Mr. Michael Rooker.
What's up? How y'all doing? Dude, let me tell you what. This stage is crazy. I was backstage watching the play, and it was your crew is amazing. Your crew is fantastic. And look, I was told there was a little bench over here, and look, they have a little warming thing for my bum.
Welcome, Michael. Ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
This is your shot to ask any question you always wanted to ask. Take it away.
Any question doesn't mean you're going to get an answer, but you can ask.
I have a question about you playing Yondu.
Yeah, what about? I've always had a question about that too. They didn't pay me enough money.
That was my question. No, it's not. I wanted to ask.
How much? You want to know how much money, right? I'm not telling.
No, I wanted to ask what was the most memorable part of playing Yondu and filming with the Guardians of the Galaxy cast?
The lunches were the most memorable part for me. And the time when I didn't have to be out and dealing with James Gunn. That was my favorite part.
And and the contact with the other cast of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
What about them?
That you liked them, or what was your funniest moment?
Why would I like them? They got paid more money than me. There was a little animosity there. No, I loved everyone. Everybody, we're still good friends, even to this day. James Gunn and I still speak, and he's maybe one day will hire me again for some other crazy character that he dreams up. Who knows?
Yeah,
Thank you.
I really hope so. Thank you.
Thank you. Good question. What's up, girl?
Nothing in particular, but I just wanted to ask you if you would like to say in character Yondu's quote, "I'm Mary Poppins, y'all."
No.
Okay, thank you.
Would you like to?
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Wait. Hold on. I'll give you a countdown and then you do it, okay? And we all will help you. Everyone in here, you ready? On 3, we'll do it. You ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. I'm Mary Poppins,
y'all.
You guys suck. We gotta, come on, the whole entire, we gotta help this girl out a little bit. Everybody, you understand. Speak to them in their human language that I don't understand. Let them know that what we're about to do. And they all have to do it as well. You ready?
They all understand English, they're just too shy.
That's bullshit. They do not. Otherwise they would have said it. Come on.
All right, everybody, ready?
1, 2, 3, I'm Mary Poppins, y'all! Oh, that's better. I feel much better, thank you very much. What's up, girl? How you doing?
What up? You're the real Mary Poppins. Well, don't laugh at me.
I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing with you.
Sure.
You believe that?
No.
I got a bridge for sale.
Sure.
Go ahead, what's your question?
So, how long did it take to put on the blue makeup for Yondu?
About 2 hours or so, you know. Sometimes a little longer when I got up and did stupid things. They grabbed my chain, pull me back down. Yeah, not very long. It took about 45 minutes or so to take off. Yeah, not so bad.
I'm surprised.
Slither was longer. There was a moment in Slither that took 7.5 hours to put on the makeup. My call time was like at 3 a.m. It was still 8 o'clock, other people were coming in, I'm still in the makeup chair. So yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hey, hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. Thank you very much. I had a question. So, if you could play any other character in the MCU, which one would you like to play?
Yeah, I don't think those guys can afford me anymore. So it's like, I'm going to be wasting my time thinking about, I'd like to do this, I would like to do that, but it ain't going to matter. They're never going to pay me what I think I should be paid. Go ahead, sir, go ahead.
Hello, as Yondu you...
Come closer to the mic.
As Yondu you control an arrow by whistling, but can you whistle in real life, or are it special effects?
Yeah, does that answer your question?
Kind of.
Yeah, it does, right? Okay, thank you very much, good question. Sometimes I can whistle a little bit. But you gotta understand that whistling, I had to relearn how to whistle because they had those weird fake teeth, right? And so it was very, very difficult to actually whistle. It took like maybe 3 weeks to develop and custom fit the teeth so that I could still whistle and do all the things that Yondu had to do.
I got a question for you. If Yondu still was alive, would you kill Donis?
How do you know Yondu's not still alive?
Because he's dead in space.
Yeah, but you saw my particles break up, right? And I shot off into space. But there was an arrow, right? It just went up into space, and the arrow went up and around.
So you would have Stannis?
Why would I want to kill anyone? Yondu's not a killer, he's a lover.
But Stannis is someone bad.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, I think Yondu wouldn't. I don't think so, no. Why? You're so violent.
It's just a question.
Where are you from?
Belgium, here?
Belgium?
Yeah.
Why are Belgian people so aggressive? Good. Hey, dude, good question. Thank you so much.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good.
Go ahead. What's your question?
What is your opinion on The Walking Dead Survival Instinct?
What's my opinion on The Walking Dead? What?
Survival Instinct. It's a game with...
I don't know. I've never played the game.
Okay.
Yeah, what's your opinion on the game? Do you like the game?
I like the game. I think it's underrated, and I think...
Is Merle Dixon in the game?
Yeah, and...
He is?
He is.
Really?
Yeah.
Who did his voice?
I think...
I guess they couldn't afford me either. Jeez Louise! Oh my God! Is Norman in the game? Norman Reedus?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where all the money went. Go ahead, next.
Hi, my question is, what was it like to play in The Walking Dead for a few episodes?
It was okay. What's it like living here? Where are you from?
I'm from Antwerp, here in Belgium. And it's living.
What's it like being here in this on this show? I mean, are you? I think they have a camera on you too. Yeah. How do you look on the screen?
I don't know.
Where are you? Are you? I don't know. Yeah. Okay, you got another question?
No, I don't have another question.
Okay, you only get one question.
Yeah, I don't have one.
Okay, you can have another. I'll give you another. Go ahead. You want another question? Would you like one more?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. A lot of people ask me this, and I'm going to give it to you, and you can ask me. Okay? Michael Rooker, how is it that you look so amazing and handsome? Okay, you ready? Oh, go ahead, ask.
How does it feel to feel that?
Look, how does it feel to look so beautiful and masculine and handsome? I don't even think about it. It's just natural. Go ahead. Muscles from Brussels. Come on. What's your question?
What was your favorite part about filming the Suicide Squad? And
my favorite part was ending my favorite part. When my head explodes. You didn't think that was great?
Oh my God, I loved it.
I loved it too. It was fantastic. What do you think? That was a pretty good question and answer, yeah? Yeah. What's your name, man?
Chance.
Okay, do you have one more question? Go ahead.
Yeah, would you ever return for another DC movie?
I'll do any movie that's willing to pay me what I want. Obviously, not a lot of movies want to do that, so I'm not joking aside, I'm usually quite picky about what I end up doing, and so, okay. Thank you, good question. Okay, Sexy, what's your question?
Do you have any favorite memories of playing in The Walking Dead?
No. Good question. You know what? The Walking Dead was a fabulous. Look, it's been going on for quite a while, yeah. But in my opinion, I almost passed out several times on that rooftop early on. Remember? Yeah. You know, when I'm chained up against. Those are real handcuffs. And the sun is really real, and it's beating down, and you're sweating, and you're about to have sunstroke, heat stroke, and those are the most pleasant memories that I've ever had in that show. Good question.
Thanks.
Hey, what's up?
Hi. First of all, I want to say I really love the energy you bring to the stage.
That's not a question.
No, it's just a remark. The question is here.
No more remarks? Give me your question.
Okay.
Wait, that was a compliment, right?
Yeah, that was a compliment.
Yeah, you can tell me anything. One more compliment. Give me one more compliment, and I'll give you another question.
You look very handsome.
Look at it. This guy's got good taste. Good taste.
I'm already married, I'm sorry. The question is, how is it for you to attend events like this? How is it to meet the people that love the stuff you make?
Oh, you know, meeting the fans is probably one of the most fantastic things you could ever do. You know, in my opinion. I love coming to Comic-Cons and events like this, very large events like this are fantastic. And visiting here, and it's just amazing, amazing, amazing. I went out last night, had a lovely dinner, and I went and I played Flipper, is that what you guys call it here? And they're actually having a big competition at the little pub where I was, and this from 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock. So I'm gonna go after the show, and I'll get to watch some of the best ones, because that's when they just continue, they just go and go and go and go. They put on like 1 million points. Can you believe that? It's like amazing stuff, right? Did you have a question? No, thank you. Okay, goodbye. What's up, man?
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Great. I first saw you in Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Oh, yeah, that little musical.
Yeah, sort of. But you seem like a really happy, go-lucky around guy. How do you
never know what people are thinking?
That's true.
It's scary. No, what did you think about that movie? How old were you when you saw the movie?
I saw it pretty late. I think I was around 20 or something.
That should be the minimum age.
Probably.
Do you guys know Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer? That was like my first movie. I did the movie when I was 24, and it was my first real venture into cinema where I had any kind of through line. And so I had done a couple little jobs before that, but nothing quite so intense. So I really completely enjoyed the film. And so what's your question about the film? Yeah.
I was wondering how you get ready to play a character intense and clearly very different to you as Henry.
Really, there was not a lot of preparation for that role for me.
How?
No, see, jokes just fall dead. Don't they just fall dead? It's just like, how do you not prepare for a serial killer role, right? And so when I tell the joke, there was no preparation involved. Usually people are like, ooh, this is not good. But, I've read some books. I read some things about this whole thing about serial killing and all. It was all usually theoretical doctor stuff. So I decided to just throw away all those things and just play it as I saw it, and let the chips fall where they may. Sometimes you just gotta step out there on stage and do it. You can't spend your life preparing and spend your days and weeks preparing for something when once you step out on stage, it's nothing like you ever thought it was going to be, right? So you might as well just stay open and get out there and do it. And you're going to fail or not, or succeed, whatever. Good question. Yeah, thank you very much. Hey man, how are you?
Good. Thank you for asking. So now that Marvel has entered the multiverse, would you ever
Marvel entered what?
The multiverse.
The multiverse?
Yeah.
Why?
They wanted it, so would you ever consider reprising the role as Yondu?
You want another question? Thank you. That's a good question, actually. Very good question. I thought that was a good answer. That was a good answer, right? Yeah. What's up, bro?
It was a great answer, and all of your answers are really great.
What do you want, man? What do you want?
Okay.
Usually I get 2 compliments. People want something from me.
Okay, so I have 2
what's your question?
What is your most important project so far that's close to your heart, and why?
Oh, that's really a serious question. Oh my God, that's close to my heart? There's not a lot of projects that are really super close to my heart. My heart is where the money is, And if it's got some good money involved, that's where my heart is. No, I'm joking with you. Of course, I think I love racing. So Days of Thunder was a really fun project for me to do. I like baseball, so 8 Men Out was a great one for me. I loved playing that, but I didn't get to play well because we're throwing the World Series, you know, and so we're not really out there giving our all. So it was very difficult for me not to go out there and hit a grand slam. So, you know, get out and hit as hard as you could. So I had to like fake. That was the hardest acting I've ever done. Trying to hit the ball, but not hit the ball. You know how difficult that is? You gotta check this, you gotta check your swings, you gotta like, it looks so fake, like you're swinging like in slow motion, you know? I mean, do you play ball? Do you do baseball or league ball or something? You've never done that? It's very difficult. It's like trying to knock somebody out with a slap. You know, you gotta knock them up. You know, you don't want them to see it coming. Otherwise, they may like punch or something like that. So you want to knock them out when they don't see it coming, right?
You have a great necklace and a great watch. Can I do the second part of the question? It makes your eyes stand out.
Wait a minute.
Your blue, beautiful eyes and the hat. You're so artistic and so wonderful.
I knew he wanted something. This Rolex is over 20 years old. You can't have it. So what? You got a second part? It's the second part. Jeez, he's taking up a lot of time, right? Go ahead. What's your second?
My second part is.
Don't be sorry. You're good. You got a good. You had a good question. Go ahead.
So throughout your career, right? You as a person have changed, and
I have.
Your perception of reality has changed. What is the?
How do you know this?
Because I'm experiencing it myself as I get older.
Yeah.
So I imagine.
But that just because you're experiencing doesn't mean I'm experiencing that.
Are you not a human being?
I'm not a. No. How did you know this?
I don't know because you're aliens.
Unbelievable. So go ahead. What's your question?
What does your life stand for? What's the purpose and meaning of your life now, and how has it evolved throughout your career? In a short 20, 2-3 sentences.
Good question.
Thank you.
You know, people usually pay other people to answer those questions for them. That was a good one though. Sir, go ahead.
You went straight from theater into the leading role for Henry. What did you learn from that production that you used in the rest of your career?
To focus. I didn't know how to focus because I was so curious. I would be on set, we'd be getting ready to do the scene, and they'd be changing lights and gels and all this other kind of stuff that they do to get ready for the scene, and I'd be sitting there going like, why are you putting the amber gel on this light, and why are you doing this lighting, and what kind of lens you got, and what kind of camera is this? You know, I had all these questions in my head, and I couldn't concentrate on what I was about to do. So I basically, I said to the director, I said, dude, I can't do this, okay? I can't do it this way, okay? So I said, you're gonna have to find me someplace where I can step away and stay focused and stay concentrated on what I'm about to do, right? Because I cannot be in the middle of all this hubbub and step right back into where I was 10 minutes earlier. I didn't know how to do that yet, okay? And so from that movie, I discovered that depending on how intense the roles are, my attitude and perspective changes. So the more intense the roles are, sometimes the kind of the weirder I seem. Only because I have to step away from all your shit and stay focused on mine, okay? So what I said to the director, what I just told you, what I need, and he gave me a little room, right? Inside this room, I went into the room and I sat in the room, but the room is filled with mirrors. And I'm like, I don't want to look at myself for like 20 minutes while you're preparing all this crap. So I told him they ended up covering all the mirrors with paper. And I told him that take out the light bulb too. So I would go into this room, into this dark room, and I'd close the door, and I just sit in the dark and wait. And wait, and wait. And then when they knocked on the door, I've been in this room for like 40 minutes, in the dark. And so they were afraid to open the door. So I heard this little tiny little knock, like a little, somebody just going, I don't know if I really want to knock. And so they knock, and then when I step out of the door, out of the room, I step right into the scene, and I do the scene. So, action, do the scene, cut, I go back into the room. And that's what I did all day long, every day of the shoot. And I didn't want to talk to anyone. I didn't want to deal with anyone in between takes. I stayed in character the entire time. No, I don't necessarily do that now, because I've learned over the years how to regulate going and coming from where I'm going to. I learned so much. Good, this is a fabulous question. I've learned so much as an artist and an actor. I wasn't a fun guy to hang around with during that movie. And some other movies I've done, I've had other actors come up to me and say stuff like, I don't understand if you're in character or not in character. What? And I go to them, I go, it's none of your business. Step away. Yeah. And that's how I deal with stuff sometimes. But you know, when you're playing intense roles, you don't want trivial, stupid questions like at Comic-Cons and stuff like that. But other actors can be really weird and kind of odd, right? But I don't. That's why I don't like rehearsals. I don't like having those kinds of conversations in the middle of doing something that is a bit odd for my spirit, you know. So these kinds of intense roles are amazing to play, but they're not so much fun. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So very good question. Thank you for answering or asking, and I hope you got the answer. So go ahead, sir. What's your question?
First of all, thank you for coming to Belgium, and you're a great actor. I saw that compliments help, so I tried.
That sucks. I don't want any more compliments. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I have a little question.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your question?
I'm active on social media, so...
Shut up and give me your question.
Wait. My followers, I always use, let's go!
Give me my question!
Do you want to say, let's go! For me
Give me
time?
My question!
Yeah, but that's a new question. Do you want to say, let's go?
No, I do not. Thank you. Next.
Please? Okay. Hello.
Too late, sucker! Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead. Don't cry, man. It's okay. Look, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
I have a question about The Walking Dead.
Yeah, go ahead.
in The Walking Dead, you amputated your hand because you're on that roof.
Yes.
And in the third
I know, you're wondering how it grew back, right?
Yeah. In the third season...
I'm part lizard. You didn't know that?
In the third season, you returned as with a stump. How did they do those effects? That's my question.
There are no effects. You know the special effects? I like that, the digital special effects type stuff. They built an apparatus that I put my hand in, and that's all it was. It was all practical. It was all practical. The blade was about an 18-inch bayonet from World War I. You know what they look like? These big, long things, and it was very difficult for me at first to, what do I do? How do I scratch my head? You know, it's a very difficult apparatus to wield around, and I was a little intimidated by it at first, but I got really quite good at it. And so the tip of the blade was, in my mind, the tip of my fingers. So I got very good at, if I wanted to touch this leaf, I could touch that leaf. And it was interesting. I was really quite good at that. And that's what it was. It was all practical. There was no special effects or anything like that. And that's sometimes when you're doing movies, that's what it ends up being. Like Slither was all practical, pretty much. There was only one special effects scene in it. And the rest was all real makeup, real physical stuff. And people who know how to do that, who make that stuff, are geniuses. So my hat's off to them. But good question, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next. Hi, hon.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Who are you? What is this? What are you dressed as? A little kitty cat?
I'm just dressed as the opposite gender that I am.
Are you an opposite gender?
Yeah, I'm a woman.
But you look like a cat.
Yeah,
you got ears. You're not only opposite gender, but you have ears. You're opposite species. This is interesting. Do you have a tail? Turn around, let me look at you. Look at you, even got a fucking tail. I mean, excuse my language. You're not opposite gender, dude. You're opposite like, you're like a little kitty cat thing. Okay, so what's your question?
So the question is about the movie Love and Monsters.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, how many people know Love and Monsters? Don't lie to me. Come on. It's called Love and Monsters, and I gotta tell you, it is the most fabulous, beautiful movie that I've done in a long time. Honestly, I loved it. And so what's your question?
So the question was about the huge insects or effects. How did you record that? Because you can't actually have a huge centipede that's 3 times your size on set. So how was that?
Get closer to the mic.
So those centipedes. How do you record that? Because those are special effects. What do you look at or on set?
For example, this rock could be the head of a giant mouse, okay? Peeking out of the bushes, yeah? And that's how you do it.
Just look at a rock or something.
Yeah, Yeah, it could be, the rock doesn't have to be there. Sometimes there's nothing there for you to look at, but it's called imagination. So you're imagining yourself with some extra hair and ears and tail to be a certain creature, gender, whatever you want to do, right? So this is basically the same thing. So, but the big rock snail, remember that scene? That thing was as big as this whole setup right here. And so we just imagine this is where it is. And the director will say, okay, the head is about right here. Because the head and the neck is going to come out, and the head is here, and so they basically give us eye lines. You ever hear that term before? Your eye, this is your eye line. If the camera is here in front of you, but your eye line has to be a little off, you know, depending on where the character is going to be. And so it's all eye line stuff and using your own imagination. That's basically it. And then they add everything else in later on in post-production.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good question. Yeah, go ahead.
I was wondering if there was any particular production or show or movie that really made you want to go into acting, or if it was just a feeling or something, if that's clear.
Even as a child, I was always very analytical. I'd be watching a cartoon or a commercial on TV, and I'd be watching it and I would say to myself, that's bullshit. There's no way you drink a Coca-Cola that way. Oh, come on, you don't eat a hamburger that way. Come on, this is stupid. This is not the way you scrub a floor. It was usually commercials. But sometimes you would be watching a movie or something and you'd be going like, oh, give me a break. You don't do it that way. You don't do that kick that way. That's not how you do it. Or you don't strangle someone that way. That's not how you do that stuff. And for some really weird reason, I always was kind of sort of focusing on things that were always not correct in my mind. I would be watching and and I think that stuck with me. So later on in life, I met actors, and I loved their lifestyle. And I went to see some of their shows, and I was like, these are my friends, okay? And I'd be going like, in the theater, I'd be in the seat watching their show, and I'd be going like, oh, that's bullshit. Are you serious? That's not how you do that. And then if this is in my mind, I would be like, oh man, I almost want to get up and leave. Okay, so, and after the show, we made a pact. I said, if I believe you, I'll buy you a beer at the end of the show. But if I don't believe you, you owe me a beer at the end of the show. Let me tell you, I learned how to drink. Because their stuff sucked. And then I got a little down on myself. I was like, well, why am I being such a jerk? I feel like, So I took some acting classes to see how hard it could be, and some literary classes to see how hard this stuff could be. And you know what? It wasn't hard for me at all. And I loved it. I fell in love with it, and I wanted to do it. And then but I didn't know what to do. I was never a real actor, and I never had taken classes, only a few. And I was like, ooh, this is cool. And I'm good at it, you know? And I knew I was kind of good at it because if the class had 30 people in the class, I'd be the only one going, and no, that's not why they're saying that, dude. That's what they're saying. Don't get me wrong. They're physically saying that, but that's not what they mean. That's not really why they're saying it. So I was more into the why as opposed to what they're saying. So that's unusual, I found out. Because everybody else in the class are going like, what? Where are you getting that from, dude? And I was the only one like, I'm sorry, nobody else sees this? You know, I've always seen things in different ways than most other humans. And so I ended up finding this path for myself to utilize that odd, weird thinking in my brain, why I see things differently than most people. And that's kind of how I got into acting. Thank you, good question. Hello, honey. How you doing? Are you Corella type
yes,
thing?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, you are. Look at you, did a damn good job. Look at you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So, and how are you?
I'm good.
Awesome.
So what's your question for me, baby?
My question is, what is like the best thing that has ever happened to you, like in life? Just the best thing.
Living. I've almost died several times, not by my own hands. Well, actually, a few times by my own hands, almost. But other growing up in my old neighborhood in Chicago. Yeah, it's kind of cool to like remember back in the old days and think back. Damn, man, I am a lucky boy. Whew, Danny Trejo is back. He's over there. He's lived kind of a rough life too, and we're both like looking at each other and saying, "Jesus, we're very fortunate individuals to be alive today and to be expressing our history through our art." And that's kind of what I love about acting as well. The previous question. But thank you. This is good. It's great to be alive.
That's an excellent answer.
Thank you. All right, come on.
Hello.
Come on, girl. What's up?
Where you get your glasses from?
The optometrist. It's good because I can't see you without them. You look pretty good.
Oh,
right.
Thank you. Don't
Yeah. But now I can actually see you. I see you here, you look pretty good. But then if I put my glasses on, then I know you're really good. Okay, go ahead. What's your question?
So, you know Black Widow, right?
Huh?
Come on, you know Black Widow.
Black Widow, what about Black Widow? The spider, yeah?
If you would get a lot of... Would you play her? As a man, not as a woman.
I didn't know. I could play Black Widow. I could play a girl that eats her man. That would be...
I can already see you do the pose.
Yeah, would I have... How many... spiders have 8 legs, right?
Yeah.
But you're talking about the movie Black Widow,
the movie.
Of course.
No, not the spider. No.
That would be... I'd have to do some dieting, I think. Yes, I would play whatever.
For cash?
Oh, cash is better. Yeah, but they're not going to pay me cash. Usually because the amount of monies that I they'd have to have a truck. Okay. Of course. We actors, if someone poses a challenge, usually, I love challenging roles. I love playing roles that, in my mind, nobody else can play this role but me. Honestly. Those are the roles I really like to play. And the roles that are completely, unbelievably challenging are the roles that I prefer to play. Like Henry, like my first movie. That role was really a tough role that spilled over into real life, That was the first time I realized that I was actually a very shy, reserved, quiet person.
You don't seem shy.
I know, no, I don't seem shy, right? So I discovered that I was by doing that role, because I discovered by playing that role that There is actually a very shy, reserved, fearful, childlike person inside me that's kind of scary. Well, Henry killed a lot of people in that movie, but just that you discover, as an actor, you discover new essences of your spirit, and that's probably the best, most beautiful thing about being in this business. You know, because when I look out into this audience, I see many, many, many people exploring new essences, new things about who they are, who they imagine themselves to be, and who they have manifested in these beautiful cattails coming out from underneath their skirts or jackets and stuff, right? I just find that to be very, very cool. Do it. Yeah, you feel like a cat? Be a cat.
Thank you, handsome.
Yeah, did you call me handsome?
Well, Michael, we're running out of time, so...
Okay, we're running out of time. I know how to do this.
Hold on. Just give...
Here, let me show you something.
One-word answers.
Hold on a minute. Get over here. I'll show you how to do this, okay, ready? Okay, baby, how you doing?
Okay,
What's your question, honey?
How did they film the way your head exploded in Suicide Squad?
They had different heads, and we did that scene like 3 or 4 different times, and they exploded my head 3 or 4 different ways. Hold on a minute.
Let me help you, hold on.
Got it, thank you. Hi, hon.
Hi. I was wondering if you're still friends with any of the Walking Dead.
No.
Hi, Michael. I don't have a question, but if I'm not...
Oh, okay. Okay, go ahead.
I just saw on Google that you're 60 years old. Can you...
I'm 60? Wait, I'm 60?
No, 66.
66 years old.
Like 40. Just tell me.
I look like 40? Yeah, I feel younger every time I do a Q&A because I have to run back and forth. This is the best way to do it. How you doing, hon?
I'm doing great, thanks.
I'll be 67 April 6th. Isn't that crazy?
What is the advice you give to artists that are still trying to find their way as an artist?
Get paid.
Hi, sir. I was wondering if you had any regrets if you were offered a movie. Have you had any regrets of doing it or not doing it?
Always.
That's it, Michael.
Hi, hon. What's your question?
What's your favorite song?
My favorite song? Jeez, I don't really have a favorite song. What's your favorite song?
Everlasting Love.
Can you sing it?
No, I can't sing.
Oh, okay. Let's see. He has a question. What's your question?
I don't have a question.
Okay. So what's your question?
If I say Chris, Pratt, Hemsworth, or Evans?
What about him?
Which one is your favorite?
I like them all. Yeah. They're all fantastic actors. Yeah. But Chris Pratt he's got massive legs, dude. This guy is so strong. I didn't realize how big and strong he was until we were working in the scenes together. And dude, it's amazing. He stays in really good shape, and I envy him. Well done, right?
He won't look as pretty as you when he's 66.
Damn right he won't.
That's the
Thank you, everybody.